Life doesn't send a warning when it decides to snap you in half. It doesn't knock, doesn't check to see if you're ready. It doesn't care how much you've planned or how much you've worked to make things right. Life just hits. It strikes when you least expect it, and when it does, it's violent and unforgiving. The ground beneath you disappears, and you're left standing in the wreckage of everything you thought you knew. It's a force that rips you apart, piece by piece, until there's nothing left but the raw, exposed version of you. For most people, that's where the story ends. They shatter under the weight of it. They crumble. They break down, cry out for help, beg for comfort. They turn to friends, to distractions, to anything that might ease the pain, hoping for relief, wishing that things would go back to how they once were. But here's the thing. That's not where you end. That's where you begin. If you want to rise, if you want to become powerful, if you want to rise without asking for permission, you need to understand something. This is the moment when the real game starts. It starts when life hits, and everything you've built comes crashing down around you. It starts when your world falls apart, and you're left with nothing but the ashes. Most people crumble at that point, but not you. Not anymore. Machiavelli didn't speak to the comfortable. He didn't speak to those who lived easy lives, who had everything handed to them. He didn't speak to the ones who had never known true hardship, who'd never had to face the darkness. No, he spoke to those who had been broken, to those who had been betrayed, to those who had been discarded like they meant nothing. He spoke to the ones who had been through the fire and came out with nothing but scars and a deep, unshakable resolve. He spoke to you, because this is when the real battle begins. When life breaks you, it doesn't destroy you, it tests you. It tests your ability to rise from the wreckage. It tests your strength, your will, your refusal to stay down. When life tears you apart, it's not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of who you will become. If you want to know who you really are, you have to let everything fall apart. You have to let go of the things that no longer serve you, the people who are only in your life because they need something from you, the comfort that keeps you in a place of stagnation. Let it all go. Let the money disappear. Let the people walk away. Let the future seem uncertain and shrouded in doubt. This is the moment that will define you. It is not how you fall that matters. It is how you rise. When everything seems lost, when there's nothing left to hold on to, you will meet the real you. You will face the version of yourself that you've been running from, the one buried deep beneath the surface, the one that was waiting for this moment to emerge. If your mind is weak, you will collapse under the pressure. You will drown in self-pity, drowning in the noise of the world as it tries to drag you back down. You will beg for comfort, seek reassurance, look for a quick fix. You will try to numb the pain, to make it go away. But that's not how you rise. That's not how you build power. If your mind is strong, however cold, alert, and detached, you will rise. You will evolve. Pain will no longer be your enemy. It will be your greatest teacher. Pain will carve you into something stronger, something unbreakable. Pain will separate the fragile from the forged. And if you allow it, it will build you into someone no one can touch. It will give you a mind so unshakable, so impervious to the chaos around you, that nothing in this world can break you again. Life doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care about your struggles or your emotions. It doesn't need to understand your pain. It doesn't need to offer you comfort. What it cares about is what you become after the storm. The world will watch you fall, and it will wait for you to rise. It will wait for you to show who you really are. It will wait to see if you have what it takes to overcome the worst it throws at you. When you've been broken, when your world has shattered, the only thing that matters is how you respond. The world doesn't care about your tears, your pain, or your desperation. It only cares about what you do next. And that's when your true power is revealed. When they leave you in the dark, when the world shuts its doors, when everyone you thought you could rely on turns their back on you. Don't scream. Don't run after them. Don't beg for answers. Sit in the darkness. Embrace it. This is where your transformation begins. In the silence, you will find the answers. In the silence, you will find the strength to rise. Analyze your thoughts. Dissect your emotions. Learn where your weakness lies. Confront it, understand it, and then starve it. You don't need to reach out for comfort. You don't need anyone else's validation. All you need is to reach inward. Because once you have built a mind that doesn't crumble under pressure, once you have trained yourself to remain calm when the storm rages, you will become someone the world cannot touch. You are not here to be liked. You are not here to stay soft. You are here to become powerful. You are here to rise. And when the world tests you again, as it surely will, you won't break. You'll rise. You'll rise without asking for permission. You'll rise without needing anyone's approval. If you feel that shift inside of you, if something within you is awakening, I want you to comment right now. Pain sharpens my power. Write it. Lock it in. This is the moment you stop being broken. This is the moment you stop asking for help. This is the moment you begin to rise. Weak minds seek comfort. Strong minds seek control. When most people are hurt, their instinct is to run. They look for comfort, for reassurance, for anything that will ease the discomfort. The world teaches them to do this. It trains you to seek out relief, to find distractions when things get hard. Friends, family, food, shopping, scrolling through social media, anything to numb the pain. But here's the brutal truth. Comfort kills growth. Comfort holds you in place, shackles you to the past, and keeps you from rising. It gives you the illusion of peace, but it robs you of your power. The world wants you weak. The world wants you addicted to comfort, to distractions, to fleeting pleasures that don't require you to confront your pain or evolve. But that's not the way you rise. That's not the way to untouchable power. To gain true power, you must rewire your mind. You must stop running from pain and start seeking control. Machiavelli would tell you, control is the highest form of power. But it doesn't start with controlling others. It starts with controlling yourself. Your own mind, your own emotions, your responses. In a world that's chaotic, unpredictable, and cruel, the one thing you can control is your reaction. This is where power is born, in your ability to maintain control over yourself when everything else is falling apart. You have been conditioned to numb yourself. You've been taught to avoid the discomfort, to find something to dull the pain. Scrolling through social media, eating your feelings, buying things to fill the void. But each of those actions is a temporary escape. They only delay the inevitable confrontation with your own emotions. The true battle is within, and only by mastering that battle can you rise. You must stop looking for things outside of yourself to fill the emptiness inside. You must build a mind that does not seek escape from discomfort, but instead trains itself to remain steady in the face of it. While others are chasing after pleasure, you will be training your focus. While they are desperately searching for reassurance, you will sit in the discomfort. While they panic and look for someone to save them, you will plan. You will rise from the fire. Not because you are unafraid of it, but because you have learned to control it. This isn't coldness. It's dominance. It's control over the only thing that truly matters in this world, your own psychology. People will call you cold when you stop emotionally reacting. They will say you've lost touch with your humanity, that you've become hard. Let them. They only say that because they can no longer manipulate you, no longer get a rise out of you. Your silence will scare them. Your indifference will offend them, but you don't need their approval. You don't need their understanding. What you need is control. What you need is the strength to never let the world's chaos break you again. You can't get to where you want to go by being soft. You get there by confronting your darkest thoughts, by staring down your deepest fears and refusing to flinch. Most people break here. They let their emotions run wild. They allow their pain to dictate their decisions. But not you. Not anymore. If you're ready to train your mind to operate beyond emotion, beyond weakness, beyond the need for comfort, comment this right now. My control is my revenge. Write it. Lock it in. From this point forward, you will no longer be a slave to your feelings. You will be a master of your own mind. You will never weak because life hurt you. You became weak because you let your emotions hijack your judgment. The second you allow your feelings to take control, you hand over your power. You become prey to the chaos. You become predictable. And in this world, predictability is weakness. When people know how to manipulate you, when they know exactly how you'll react to every situation, they have power over you. But that ends now. Pain is inevitable, but how you interpret it, how you respond to it, is your choice. And that choice will decide everything. In power psychology, the one who controls meaning controls everything. If life breaks your body, you can rebuild it. But if it breaks your mind, you were never ready to begin with. And that's the truth most people won't confront. They think their emotions are their truth, but they're wrong. Emotions are a signal, not a command. They're information, not instruction. Most people wear their suffering like a badge of honor. They hold it up, hoping the world will sympathize, hoping someone will understand their pain. But that's not how you gain power. That's how you stay stuck. That's how you remain at the mercy of the world. Instead of reacting to life, you learn to respond. And that's where the true strength lies. Most people stay broken because they accept the story that life hands them. They take on the identity of their pain, their trauma, their past. They wear their suffering like armor, hoping the world will understand. They hold on to the narrative that life is unfair, that they've been wronged, that the world owes them something. But here's the thing. Life doesn't owe you anything. Not one thing. Life will give you what you take, and you take what you prove you're worthy of. Your pain doesn't define you, but if you let it, it will destroy you. It will keep you chained to the past, to a version of yourself that is weak, fearful, and trapped in the cycle of victim. The first step in taking your power back is rewriting your narrative. It's about looking at the pain, the betrayal, the hurt, and saying, this is not who I am. This is not my story. Your trauma was not meant to be your identity. Your pain was never meant to be a permanent part of who you are. It was a test, a challenge, a battle, but you survived it. You don't need to keep telling the world how hard it was. You need to show them who you became because of it. Stop calling yourself a victim. Stop identifying with the wounds of your past. Life didn't break you because you were weak. It broke you because you were strong enough to endure it. You survived the hardest moments of your life. You have already proven your strength. Most people remain broken because they accept the narrative that life handed them. They cling to their pain like it's a part of their identity. They wear their suffering like a badge, as though carrying it around somehow makes them more real, more authentic. The world has taught them that pain is something that must be mourned, something that must define them. But this belief is the very thing that keeps them trapped. You, however, are different. You are not here to stay broken. You are not here to wear your scars as a reminder of how life wronged you. You are here to break free. You are here to rewrite your story. You have the power to reshape your narrative, to create a new story that is no longer defined by your pain, your trauma, or your past. You are not the version of yourself that was broken, the version that was abandoned, the version that struggled. That version of you is gone. What stands before the world now is someone who has survived, someone who has learned, and someone who has grown stronger in the face of adversity. Stop calling yourself a victim. Stop identifying with the pain. Stop wearing your trauma as a part of your personality. Life didn't break you because you were weak. It broke you because you were strong enough to endure. You were built to withstand the weight of the world, even when it tried to break you. Your pain is not your personality. Your trauma does not define who you are. They were simply tests, challenges to see if you had the strength to keep going. The truth is, your pain has been a stepping stone. It has been the fire that refined you, the test that proved your resilience. But now, you must let go of the narrative that tells you you are broken. You are not broken. You are a warrior who has survived the battle. You are not a victim. You are someone who has triumphed over the darkness, someone who has come out stronger on the other side. Rewriting your story begins with shedding the old narrative, the one that tells you that you're defined by your suffering. The old you, the one who accepted defeat, the one who wore the weight of the world as a shackle leaf, that version behind. That version of you is not who you are anymore. The new you is someone who no longer feels the need to tell the world how hard things have been. The new you shows the world who you are because of everything you've survived. Life doesn't owe you anything. No one owes you sympathy. But you owe it to yourself to rise, to reclaim your power, to stop waiting for someone else to rescue you. You've already fought your hardest battles alone. Now, it's time to stand tall and let the world see what you've become. This is the moment you step into your true strength, your true power. You are not a victim. You are the architect of your own destiny. You have the power to redefine who you are and how you show up in the world. Let go of the narrative that says you are broken. The world doesn't need to hear about your pain anymore. It needs to see what you've become because of it. You are stronger. You are sharper. You are no longer defined by your suffering. You are the person who faced the darkest moments and walked through them with your head held high. You are not your wounds, your trauma, or your history. You are the warrior who overcame them all. When you stop identifying with the pain, when you stop seeing yourself as the victim, you gain the ultimate weapon, emotional discipline. The ability to sit with your discomfort letting it dictate your actions, is the most powerful skill you can develop. It's the foundation of mental strength. You see, most people are slaves to their emotions. They react automatically to the pain, to the chaos, to the discomfort. They let their feelings control them. When something goes wrong, they lash out. When they feel hurt, they retreat. When they feel overwhelmed, they break down. But that's not power. That's weakness. Emotional discipline is the ability to feel the pain but not let it control you. It's the ability to sit with your discomfort and not move until you've calculated your next move. It's the ability to look at the storm, to feel the winds, and to keep moving forward with unwavering determination. You must train your mind to be still in the chaos, to observe the storm without getting lost in it. This is where most people break. This is where most people give up. But you will not be one of them. You will rise above. You will become the master of your own mind. Most people stay broken because they identify with their pain. They wear it like armor, hoping the world will understand. They call themselves victims. They hold on to their trauma, and they let that define them. But you are not your past. You are not the sum of your suffering. Your past was simply the proving ground. It was where you were tested to see if you were strong enough to stand tall, even when life knocked you down. The version of you that stayed broken is gone. The version of you that needed sympathy, that clung to the past, is no more. The new you is someone who rises, who conquers, who adapts. You don't need anyone's approval anymore. You don't need validation. You don't need to explain your journey. You simply need to show up as the powerful, untouchable version of yourself. You have been forged in the fire. You are no longer the person you were before. You are a warrior who has faced the darkness and come out stronger. The world may try to remind you of who you once were, but that version of you is dead. You've rewritten the narrative. You've become someone they never saw coming. You are not here to tell the world what happened to you. You are here to show the world who you have become because of it. Let them talk about your past. Let them try to drag you back into the story that no longer belongs to you. You have already walked away from that life. You have already become someone greater. The world is full of people who are stuck in their stories, trapped in their trauma, unwilling to move forward. But you are different. You have chosen to rise. You have chosen to redefine who you are. And the world will respect you for it. Not because of what you've been through, but because of who you've become in the process. You are not here to be understood. You are here to be respected. And the only way to earn that respect is to live your truth unapologetically. To stop explaining yourself, to stop justifying your choices. The world doesn't need to know what broke you. It only needs to see who you became because of it. Now, you don't look back. You don't need to explain your journey. You simply rise. And when you do, the world will watch in awe as you transform from the person they thought they knew into the untouchable force they never saw coming.